First question. Have you ever played a game that resembled the Fate game? This is actually true. Yes, I have. When I was little, I would play this imaginative game, and we would create our own worlds in, like, the Wild West, or, dragons, or cops and robbers, and we would make our own characters and give personalities to these characters. And, but there was a dilemma, because whenever we were playing cops and robbers, we'd be like, oh, I shot you, but how do you really clarify? I mean, how is it really certain that you actually shot a person and that they're out of the game? Second question. What is the game of Fate like? I would describe Fate as a very exciting and creative game. You get to make your own character and give it its own personality. Like, you could say, I want it to be a cowgirl in whatever, the time period. And you could say, she's rude and she's very good at shooting and whatever the personality you want the character to have. And whenever you're playing this game, there's never really a dull spot. I mean, even when it's not your turn to roll the dice or come up with your plan of action, you still got to pay attention to the other characters and think about what you're going to do next. And the game makers kind of tend to make this exciting so that none of the characters really get bored. The third question is, what are the steps that are needed to make a game successful? Well, one of the steps is you need to have a certain game piece or something that determines a person's success in the game. Like, for example, in the Fate game, what determined this was like the Fate dice and the cards, because it determines whether you succeeded or you failed your mission during the Fate game and whatever the game maker told you to do. And another step that you need to make a game successful is to have a certain individual be in control, because if you don't have a certain individual in control, there's going to be a lot of arguments over the players and how do you choose, are you going to vote? So having one individual in control causes less controversy, and there's more time to play. And this was in the Fate game because the game master is in control, because they make all the decisions, they decide whether you failed, and they choose, they say, you have to pass this line to succeed this mission, and if you don't, you fail at a major cost or a minor cost. So this causes less controversy. The fourth question is, would I recommend the game of Fate? Yes, I would, because it allows everyone to be involved and to make their own individual decisions, because it's not already determined by the person who's in control of the game. You are allowed to make your own character, and you're allowed to be creative and do whatever you want to do. And choose your personality, or the name of your character, or where they're from. And I also like that the setting of the game is not already determined by the person who created the game. The players are allowed to talk amongst themselves and decide what they want the setting to be and they want the feel of the story to be. And this is the conclusion of my recorded gaming experience of Fate. Thank you.